50 Cent is on one of the weirdest press tours that I've ever seen him be on, like throughout his entire career. It's funny, they say the last people to realize what's going on in the entertainment industry are the artists themselves. When you're in the game, when you're actually making the plays and being a part of that community, you don't see everything that's going on around it. And 50 Cent has been doing this press run all over the United States, defending Drake and his loss in this beef in ways that have really been costing him some serious respect, in my opinion. Because when you think about it, 50 Cent is the guy who essentially built his monumental career off the back of destroying another artist in a beef. No one will ever forget how he dismantled the career of Ja Rule. It is what makes 50 who he is in hip hop. And back then, people tried to get 50 to show sympathy for Ja Rule. Throughout the years, people have asked if he ever felt like the way he treated Ja Rule and continues to treat Ja Rule was wrong in any way. And he's always said no. He's always stood on the fact that this is how hip hop works. When two artists get into a battle, one wins and the other loses, and there's no reason for us to cry about it. But you fast forward to this beef, and we've all seen the events that have taken place, and we've all seen Drake's actions since the beef is over. They've all flown in the face of what true hip hop is, and they've all sort of gone against everything that 50 has represented in his career. Yet 50 is defending this man over and over and over again. And I made a video before saying that he was trolling both sides in this beef, but he's only trolling Kendrick and the West Coast artists. He keeps leaning on this fact that everybody saw Drake win so much and they were all jealous and wanted to come together. He presents this op list on camera, talking about all of these people who don't want to see Drake win. You read that list, it has things like Adidas, the NFL, and like Rockefeller Records on it. That makes no sense. He goes on that comedian's podcast and starts making light of all the things that he says, knowing that people are going to have a problem with it. I don't understand why so many like 50 are in hip hop, in this industry, have huge foundations within this genre, and they seem to be so cool with not only disrespecting us as a people, but changing the rules for one artist when we've never given any artist that type of leeway in the 50 years that hip hop has existed. I don't understand it, And now if you're calling it some sort of business interest, because there are rumors that 50 Cent and Drake have businesses tied together, so it actually hurts 50 a lot that Drake is losing the cultural cachet that he's losing. So 50 is essentially doing everything he can to protect his bottom line. But in that effort, he is making himself worse. 50 is jeopardizing his own legacy by going this hard and putting himself in these positions to defend what Drake has been doing since this beef. If you want to stand on the fact that Drake is going to be fine, he can keep making music and everything will be okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? Nobody has ever disputed that, despite, OVO fans thinking that everyone wanted to see Drake out of the industry. No, we wanted to see him stop being a fuckboy in the industry. But to continuously put yourself in this position where you're not just trolling Kendrick, you're trolling hip hop as a whole. You are diminishing and trying to make light of the evolution that we're seeing in this culture. You are essentially trying to take us backwards. People are not vibing with that, and they see what's going on. I'm telling you, 50 needs to be careful just how hard and how much he continues to put himself in these scenarios. because I understand he's a troll and he's always been a troll, but people are going to keep giving him the side eye if he keeps taking these stances and making these statements that are so anti 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Like, this is not the 50 Cent that I grew up listening to. Get Rich or Die Trying 50 Cent would smack this 50 in the face if he heard the way he was talking.
So 50 been saying lately that the reason why the industry is pushing Kendrick Lamar is because his music is less violent. Not when he coming out with songs like Squabble Up, bro. I'm gonna tell you what the truth is. The reality is Kendrick Lamar is more of a lifting up or a representation of what the culture itself actually wants. Same thing with artists like SZA. And yes, I know it's fun to just be like, oh nah, majority of white culture, they all F with artists like a Drake. But the truth is, in their heart of hearts and even in their soul, they know that the music is empty, it's vapid, it's soulless. There's no meat on the bones. If it's late November and they come up on Thanksgiving and your mom pull up with a whole bunch of McDonald's, you might be a little bit tight. You probably gonna eat it, but you're not gonna really be happy with it. Listening to Kendrick feels like listening to a human being and their thoughts, bro. Feels like understanding somebody who really went through life. Listening to Drake is like listening to somebody who's running out of ways to make you relate to him. Because the truth is, they might not have ever been able to relate to you at all. And by the way, this is not just a problem that's exclusive to music. It branches over into comedy, film, sports. Why y'all think Jay-Z stopped coming out with music and just decided to just go the boss route? You can't relate to buying a Basquiat. You can't relate to feelings like love, hatred, confusion, a desire for peace. Those emotions and more are all feelings that you're going to get from listening to different artists on TDE, especially Kendrick. So no, the industry not pushing Kendrick because he's less violent. He came out with music. We responded by loving everything that he came out with.
I always saw him as someone who wants to be in the league, in the similar lines as P, Diddy, and Jay-Z, but never got the opportunity to. No, like, listen to me. He is someone who is just never going to get to the Jay-Z level, and it pains him. I've always seen him as that type of guy. Like, this thing of he's like is throwing shade. No, you really want to be him. You really want to have that type of money. And you're gonna throw shit. Not that he hates Jay-Z. Like, he wants attention. He wants people to give him attention, even though he's irrelevant. No one cares about you. Okay, and the people who cares about you are those that don't like Jay-Z and PDD, and they're kind of like pathetic in their own ways and stuck in their minds. Okay. By the way, by the time I was shooting this video, it was Christmas time. Okay, so my family is out. If you do hear some music in the background, yeah, just know that I'm chilling with family, and these videos were shot in advance because I'm not celebrating white people holidays. Back to what I was saying, he wants to be a wealthy black man. He never got the opportunity to do that, and since he lost that money that he made, things have been going to smokes for him. I mean, he never really got the opportunity to actually make money. I mean, if he did, he would have been among those people. Hence, Drake is among those people. He's among the lines of Diddy. Why isn't he dissing him? I rest my case. That would mean that they sidelined him. They sidelined him, and he never sit well with him. He's always gonna be that bitter black man within his 50s, quite pathetically bored and losing money.